Alright, hello everyone and welcome. This is Kit Monty, and in this video I will be playing Tropico 5. This game just came out this past week. I've only gotten to goof around with it just a little bit, so I'm going to be starting from the beginning in this video. And here I'm going to be starting a new game, going into the campaign, and the only available campaign right now is Changing the World. So here we go. First thing up, you have to start off with making a dynasty. I'll try and give you some tips and tricks I've learned from playing other Tropico games. I've played all 5 of them, so including this one, it'll be all 5. Really enjoyed the series. I know it's a lesser known publisher, but I like the playstyle. It's a good change from the normal. So basically you start off making your dynasty. You just make your first character. Gender, name is predetermined, but there's a lot to choose from. Your last name you get to pick yourself. And then you get to choose from a list of skills. So I'll briefly go through those. General, your soldiers inflict more damage. Administrator, buildings are 10% cheaper. Agent, detects hidden roles faster. I'm not positive that may be the roles, such as some people are better as a manager in Green Thumb or administrator, or whatever the case may be, but we'll have to see on that one. Agitator, you get extra votes when cheating. Altruistic, you start off with 2,000 extra cash. Foreign aid, you get 10% extra every year. That can be pretty valuable in the long run. Cheapskate, all construction costs are 4% cheaper. Environmentalist, reduced pollution. Financier, extra 200 income a year. Foreman, gives you an increased production by 2. And we're back at the general. So I think I'm going to go with administrator. It'll help me get started. Usually later in the game, money's not as big of an issue for me, at least in the past Tropico games. So I want to make sure that I have as much advantage early on getting my initial buildings going. They give you a lot of options in here. I'm not too concerned with the way my character looks. I don't think you can actually control him like you could in some other games. So I won't waste a lot of your time watching me pick through options here. Just get straight into the game.
You know those people who established dynasties so powerful that their names echo through the centuries? I'm one of them.
Alright, I'll let you guys watch the videos on your own. You're not really watching this to watch the videos. Alright, so your islands. Here's something to keep in mind. I played the first couple on a different computer, so I'm starting over on this computer. But what I've realized, the first few missions at least, you go back and forth between these 2 islands. So whatever you do in this first mission, you'll be starting on that same island in a later mission. So you're going to want to make sure you build up that initial island really well, because they don't make you start over from scratch in the campaign. So if your island's kind of crap and you just limp by through the campaign, then next time you go to do a mission on that island, you're going to be starting with a crap island. So you want to take time to do it right first time through. Also, Tropico is not the easiest game in the world, especially when you're getting started. So if you fail the first time through, don't worry about it. I mean, there's a pretty big leveling curve in this game compared to some other games. There's a lot of intricacies and things you can tweak. So again, if you don't get 5 gold stars first time through, who cares? Not a big deal. Just play it again. Alright, so first mission, you can change your difficulty in disasters. I always play on default my first time through pretty much any game. I'm going to go with this island because it's green and I like green.
Ah, the Caribbean. A lush and...
The Caribbean.
Welcome to the Caribbean, Governor. Allow me to introduce myself, Lord...
Alright, so let me cut the music down here. That might help some. Alright, so on all the Tropico games, you basically start off with a very small I'm not going to say island, but a small set of resources, small number of buildings. And the goal is to build up your power and influence, build up your yearly budget, get people to actually start liking you, and things of that nature. So you start off with your palace here, and I'll go through it a little bit more on what these buildings do later. You've got your construction office, your teamster office, your dock, a few houses, and your plantation. So, construction office, those are the people that build your buildings. When you tell it to build a new farm, build a new house, whatever, these are the guys that are going to go out and actually build the building. When you build a building, you can actually tell it to make it a high priority or low priority or the default middle priority. So if you've got several things you're having built and suddenly you realize, oh crap, I need a clinic right now, all my people are dying, but you don't want to stop all the construction and the other stuff, fine, plop down your clinic, tell it to go to a higher priority and move on from there. Your palace, this is your initial home. This is where your guards are at. These are the people that are going to defend you if you get attacked, if pirates raid, or anything of that nature. You can eventually build guards, guard stations, army bases, a lot more so than you could in the past Tropico games. Your teamster's office, these are the guys that are physically going to move your goods back and forth. So obviously my farm, this plantation is where I'm going to be growing a lot of my crops. You can see here corn output. Right now there's nothing, but once there starts to become some output here, these teamster guys are going to physically go over here, get the goods, and take them to the dock, or if I have a production facility that is using that type of material, they'll take them there. So you're going to want to make sure you keep plenty of teamsters throughout the game, and the way you can tell that if you click on a production building and it's got 2,000 units of production here, you're obviously going to need more teamsters to move your stuff around. Initially, we're talking about hand carts moving stuff around. Your dock is where your goods are initially going to be taken to. They're going to put your docks here, your goods here at the dock, and it'll tell you your expected revenue. So let's say I have bananas and corn. It'll show you my bananas and corn, how much I'm supposed to be getting from them, and periodically ships are going to come in here, take the goods, and leave. If I'm importing anything, that'll be done in the transactions here as well. I'll come back to this more later. This is more in depth than the past Tropico games, especially with this trade option. You don't just tell it to, hey, import goods for this, and it automatically does it for you. It will to an extent, but I'll show you how there's a lot more to that later. I'll try not to cover everything in this first video, so you won't just sit here and listen to me talk. I'll start playing some and explain more along the way. If you have any questions, of course, put them in the comments, and we'll get on from there. So, without more to do, I'll start going through some of these quests. These, of course, exclamation points are quests you can do. If the exclamation point is red, that means it's a storyline quest and it's required to move your campaign on. These initially are just here to help me out. So I have to have the game in play mode to get this.
A deal for you today as Crown Rep.
Alright, he's giving you a few trade options. You can look more into that later. I just picked the base package, so I get one trade ship, and I don't take off the crown too much. I guess I need to say a little bit more about the game here before I actually get into play. You have 4 years between now and when you lose. Right now, you're a colony for the crown, and everything you do, all your major decisions, can make your time decrease or increase. Obviously, it's going to decrease just with the slow decay of time, but occasionally you'll get mission rewards that can let you extend your mandate or improve your relationship with the crown. So I'm going to do some trading with the crown, so I won't tick them off too bad right now. I could have picked to trade with the Dutch, and that would have made the crown a little bit more happy with me. Here's your starting money, your starting population, and initially how much people do or don't like me. Politics here, you've got your royalists. Those are the people that support the crown. Your revolutionaries, those are the people that you want to get happy with you and get more of to make you be able to declare your independence. Initially, to declare independence, you have to get your happiness up to 50%. The crown is neutral with me right now. I've just started off, so they don't really care one way or the other for me. Economy, you'll need to pay attention to this later. This is the screen I like to look at most, my happiness screen, because it shows me a lot of things in one screen. Most importantly, at least to me, Homeless and unemployed. Those are two of the things I keep an eye on a ton. I've got one of those 17-button mouse, so I've got, I'm actually link this screen to my mouse real quick. You don't have a ton of customization options, but you can change a few of these. Alright, so now I can quickly pop up this menu and see how many people I've got employed. Always want people working. Don't want anybody to have a free ride.
His Majesty needs money to build a new underwater palace. He wants you to...
Alright, basically that guy just told me they want me to build a sugar plantation. So I need to build some stuff anyway. Might as well make them happy by building that. Right clicking anywhere will pull up your build menu. Lots of options down here. I won't get too much into them right now, but keep in mind that some stuff won't even be open to you until you're in later eras. So right now I can build these few items, but I can't build a power plant. I'm not in that era yet. Resources, right now I can just build a plantation, ranch, fishing wharf, and logging camp. I won't have access to the oil well until later on in the game. Mine, I could get access to that now, but I have to discover it through technology, which we'll get to in just a little bit. Alright, so plantation. Lots of different kinds of crops here. And if we look on the map, a little bit more difficult to see than sometimes in the past, but you can see there's areas here with green, yellow, and red. You're going to want to look at what crops you want to put down and place them in an area that's green versus an area that's in red. And you can see there's different crop conditions for each kind of crop. He wanted sugar, so taking a look around here. Okay, we got a few places that'll give me good sugar. So let's go ahead and just plop this down right here. I don't have to do anything to get it going. It's already got a road. See these green arrows are all green because there's a road nearby. If there was no road nearby, that would be red, showing that we don't like this. We need a road to actually get back and forth to this location. A little bit more ticky about that than some past Tropico games, but I was always putting stuff on roads anyway to make it easy to access. This just kind of helps you a little bit in that area. I like going ahead and extending my roads a little bit just so I can kind of get an idea of the grid I'm going to be working with. Alright, so as I told you earlier, these construction guys are going to start heading out from the construction site, or excuse me, from their construction headquarters over here and start building that. So that's good, but I'm going to need more than one plantation to get things going. So I'm going to go ahead and get several different types of food up and running because your people are happier when they have a multiple types of food to eat. So right now they just have corn, and I'm going to give them a few other options to increase their food happiness. They can't eat cotton, of course, but pineapples, you'll eat some pineapples. I don't know if they can eat cocoa. I don't think they can, but we'll see. Oh, didn't mean to do that. You accidentally put something down, just tell it to cancel construction. You'll get your money back. No big deal there. I did wipe out some trees, but I'm not concerned with that at this point in time. So I go to my almanac. Right now they've got food variety of 1. Their happiness with food is 6. That's terrible. But once we get some more food options, they'll be a lot happier. Alright, shacks. These are the places that people live when they have nowhere else to live.
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation for your achievements in the name of the Empire.
Very well, sir. As you can see, I have options here. Alright, this is what I was talking about with extending your mandate. One of my options here is to get an additional 12 months added to my mandate. I can get some extra citizens, add some money to my Swiss bank account. We'll get to that some more later. That's basically your own personal stash. Or add money to the treasury. At the very start of a game, I want the money in my treasury because I want to be able to build up stuff and get my economy going quickly. I'm playing on slow difficulty, slow speed right now. I'm going to go ahead and bump it up to quick, and I'll just pause if I need to. I'm I'm also going to throw down a fisherman's wharf because, again, it's another type of food that will be made available. Here's some fish there. I don't know if you saw that green arrow pop up real quick. It just shows, okay, that's a good place for them to fish. Since it's straight off the coast, that'll be good for this. It's close enough to a road, so we're happy. Got another quest here. Let's see what it is.
Technological progress is the path to autonomy, Governor.
Alright, she wants me to build a library. Again, I could let you sit there and listen to all that stuff while watching this, but I figure you're really just trying to get an idea of how to play the game. So I'll skip that for now. My farms are starting to get built down here. Great. Alright. So we've gone through infrastructure and raw resources. Infrastructure is your dock, Teamster's office, construction site, of course your road for now. Raw resources, I've shown you the plantation, the fisherman's wharf, logging camp, obviously we cut down some trees, ranch, I'll put in some of those in just a little bit. Industry, I'm not to that yet in the game. I'd have to do some research and get later in the eras to unlock most of those. Residential, I'll come to this pretty soon here, but this is where you build your places for your people to live. Entertainment, tourism, skipping that for now, going over here to research and education. So the way research works in this game, see this building says it generates research points. Down here it tells you what it does, generates research points. So they've told me to build one, I'm going to plop it down. And as I get research points, I can come down here to this tab and start unlocking things. It's kind of a tiered tree type system, and that I can't unlock something in this column until I've researched at least 2 things. Here I have to research at least 5. So basically you're going to need most of these as you go on and progress through here. These I can't even unlock until I'm in a later era. So here's a little tip for you. You don't just have to start researching one thing at a time. You can queue stuff, which is really great because you don't have to think about what you're doing, don't have to constantly come back to it. It's just going to start working for you. And you can queue stuff that you're not even up to yet. Bam. So I've got 6 things queued. Heck, I'll go ahead and queue a few more. 9 things queued. I don't have to worry about coming down here to my technology tab for a long time. So get that out of the way, get that done. That way you're not spending all this time when you're generating these research points and not taking advantage of them.
Praised be I.
Hey, that's me running around. In past games, you could control your avatar and tell them to like go to this building that's being built and have it speed up construction, or go over here and make this farm more productive. Apparently that's not something you can do in this game, but it does look like it's going to get some skills that you can level up over time.
We are the shadows that move the world. We rule in secret. We are the
Alright, there's the creepy guy. His main objective for you right now is to declare independence. So that's the overarching mission for this stage, is to eventually declare your independence.
His Majesty has commissioned the finest architects to design his...
Alright, so if I export enough sugar, then I'm going to get an extension on my mandate. I've already built a sugar plantation, so that should start pumping out some sugar pretty soon here, so I'm not really going to worry about that for now. And again, like I said earlier, you're going to be using this map over and over again, so it's a little different than when you're playing a sandbox mission, in that you need to plan to be in this one for the long run. I guess that's kind of like in a sandbox mission anyway, but eventually I'm going to be using this entire island, so I want to make sure everything's set up well to begin with. Oh, here's an important quest.
Being able to stand on your own is a virtue I personally cherish.
Alright, he said he's going to send me revolutionaries. That's why I said you need more of to declare independence, apart from getting your happiness up. And that's if I can amass enough money to make him happy. Alright, so I've been slacking a little bit. Excuse me, I've been a little under the weather, so I might have to cough and stuff. He wants me to gain a bunch of money. I'm probably going to spend a lot of that money, though, before I can ever use it. But since I'm talking to you guys a lot, I'm not placing as many buildings as I normally would be.
The burden of ruling.
And he wants me to build some more houses. So, let's backtrack here. Look at food. Food has gone all the way up from, I think I had it at 6 to 34. They're actually kind of happy with me here right now with the food, because I've given them 4 types of food now instead of just 1. So they've got the corn, they've got bananas, they've got pineapple, and they've got fish. So food happiness has greatly increased. I'm going to do them even better. I'm going to go over here to these plantations. There's 4 types of things you can have being done at the plantations. I'm going to go with the cattle because it gives me meat and milk. Let's see, where is the best place to put this for now?
I say, being a crown colony is a kind of competition, one you are losing, old chap. The colonies of Puerto Coco and Isla Rojo are beating you badly.
Alright, so catch-22. You can extend your mandate and have more time before you declare independence, but as long as you're under the crown, they're going to start getting you. They're going to start, taking little cuts here and there. I'm not paying them, though. You know what? I don't care. They can not like me. Alright, notice here, let me build there. When I start trying to build further, it tells me up at the top, it's an unexplored area. So that's a new feature in Tropico, is the fog of war. You've probably seen that in a lot of other games, but never in a Tropico game before. Alright, so I'm placing a plantation up there because it was a little bit green, so that'll be good for the plantation. Alright, so I can explore new areas. I have to pay 1,000 and I can send out an expedition. So I think I want to start exploring this direction first. I'm going to tell it to explore. I'm going to tell them where to go. And then you'll see, here's where they're going. You can actually see this little group marching out to go explore. And as they get to an area, it'll become unfogged and you can start building in that area.
The revolution is a struggle for freedom, and there are few as free as the pirate.
Alright, so she's going to give me a little reward for building a new tavern. A tavern is something that gives you happiness. So right here you've got entertainment 0. They're not happy because I'm not doing anything to make them happy. So cheapest entertainment building is your tavern. If you'll notice on here, the service quality depends on beauty, and children can't go here. So it brings up another overlay, shows you the beauty of the area. I'm going to put it down here near the beach since I'm not going to be building a lot of stuff on this side. Obviously it's water. So the beauty here shouldn't ever go down too much. I'll just plop that right there.
That is to say me, discovered the shovel.
Alright, so what promoting though is just telling me right there is that my technology completed on something. So first thing's completed, I can now construct mines. Mines in this game are a little different. In past games, you just like look at your overlays and you'd see a spot that would be where you can mine. In this game, the mines are actually over here along the rocks. You can't see it yet because I haven't discovered it.
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation.
And again, I want the money. And while saying about the mines, you can see them. Alright, this one's been uncovered. Shut up!
The revolutionary movement is growing stronger.
These dudes keep interrupting me while I'm trying to talk to you guys. Alright, so here's a mine. To actually, a deposit, excuse me. So if I want to put a mine over it, I do the mine, and I physically have to put it on top of the resource node. So it's a little predetermined where your mines are going to be, but so be it. There's a lot more nodes in this game than I've seen in the past. You've got a red arrow here, that means it's not accessible to any roads. Alright, now we're good. So now that can be built, and I can start mining iron. Alright, next thing, my people want a place to live. So, country houses. These provide housing for up to 4 families, and it also provides food for the people living in them. So, this is only something that's going to be on the earliest level of houses. Your later stuff isn't going to provide the food as well. But here initially, we get food and housing. I know that's a lot more than required, but you're going to need a lot of housing. As you can see, I've got 47 homeless people right now. Looks like my ranch is up and going, cattle. I've got some meat, I've got some milk. So now my people have 6 types of food. So the variety of food has definitely gone up, definitely going to make them a lot happier. And later buildings, such as your restaurant, that will actually increase its service quality having multiple types of food available.
Great news! While searching through the crates of colony supplies, we found a sickle. Now we have something that goes perfectly with our hammers.
Alright, so another piece of my technology is upgraded, and as you saw earlier, I didn't have to do anything. It's just going through the queue, unlocking these things. So easy for me. Upgrades, all buildings can be upgraded, I think at least. All buildings can be upgraded. And this is allowing me to upgrade my plantations. Each type of plantation has a different type of upgrade, so be mindful of that. Job quality increase, yeah, we want our people happier, but right now I just don't really have the funds to justify the expense.
I see the houses are ready.
Alright, so let's see who's making money. Right now my sugar plantation's making the most. That's a cash crop though, so that's to be expected. Alright, I'm going to take a minute and go over the trade here with you. Right now I have no active trade routes. So, as you see down here, I have one of one ships available. So I can go through these different tabs of the type of resources that can be traded and see what trade opportunities are available to me. This up arrow means I would export it. The down arrow means that I would import it. Of course, I'm looking for money, so I only want to export right now. So let's see. Looks like I can get a decent price on sugar, and I'm already doing sugar, so may as well double up on that one. As you can see, the default price is 800 for sugar, so as those ships are coming in and taking it out, I'm getting 800 per whatever quantity it is, and through using this contract I'm gonna get 1,000 instead of 800. So I click on that one, export sugar, add the ship to it. Here's the assigned ships to this route. You could put multiple ships in the route, but right now I only have one. So it will export up to 28,000 units at that price. So now a second ship is actually going to start coming in to this side of the dock.
Someone stole my manuscript and published it under a pseudonym.
Alright, ranch upgrades are unlocked. I showed you the upgrades for plantations. Now I've got upgrades for here. Alright, so this one, if I had multiple plantations around, it'd actually make them do better with each other. Unemployed, I got some new people in, so I need more jobs. Let's go ahead and make some of those more plantations. Give it a road. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this one.
I tried to talk to the pirates about our revolution.
She wants a new dry dock.
Will His Majesty find? His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation for your achievements in the name of the Empire.
Cheerio, old chap. Alright, so he wanted me to research the sickle. I've already researched the sickle, so I instantly get that quest reward. Again, I want the treasury. Later on, I might get some stuff to extend my mandate. Alright, right here, you see this new ship coming in. He's picking up sugar only because that's my new trade route. So all these other things will be exported by the main ship. Well, I thought he was going to pick up my sugar. Maybe it wasn't there in time. Let's see what this guy does. Expected revenue, 5,000. That'll be nice. Alright, maybe a ship can only export so much at a time. There it goes. Alright, he picked up everything now. It just took him a minute.
Of the research team. Suddenly, it dawned on us. We're 4 men.
So, he left just the sugar. Those are things that have come in since he picked up his load. So, one of my quests right now is to build a new dry dock. Let's see. This will give me an extra trade ship. Also another place for people to take goods to. I'm just going to set this right. I don't want to ruin my beauty over there, so I'm going to move it down here.
Listen very carefully. I shall see.
She wants 2 libraries. I don't really think it's needed, but since that's what they're asking for right now, I'm going to go ahead and build it, and I can just disable it later or something. I need that revolutionary support.
Your family's rather rollicking love life has led to an unexpected pregnancy.
Alright, so something's gone wrong, and I have a few options to deal with it. One of them is to build a Catholic missionary, which I'm going to do anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. One of your happiness things is religion. I have no religious buildings. So, got the missionary here. It's pretty cheap. Alright, you want to put these missionaries near where your houses are going to be. Churches have an option in their upgrades to make housing quality improve. So keep that in mind when putting your churches down. You want them near houses. Still have some homeless, so I need some houses, but I want to deal with my unemployed first. No free rides, anyone. Let's see. I don't usually like doing a ton of logging in industry because it makes environmentalists unhappy, but so far it hasn't seemed to be as big of a deal in this game. They don't get quite as annoyed with me. So I'm place a logging camp down there. Get me some good revenue going.
His Majesty personally inspected.
Now he wants me to have 2 upgraded plantations. So let's look through my upgrades. This will increase effectiveness. I'll go ahead and buy that one.
Thanks to your efforts, the revolutionary movement is growing stronger.
Disaster. The revolutionaries are demanding that you insult the king.
Oh, great. Sometimes you get presented with options, and there is no good choice. You're going to get hammered either way.
It has been
So
decided that an insulting letter is the best way to get our point across.
The king says he wants your expletive hung in the palace courtroom as a conversation piece.
Alright, so I just ticked off the crown. That's never pleasant. Alright, the pineapple upgrade is more expensive, but it makes all your other pineapple plantations increase.
Do not look well for you, old chap.
Yeah, you just reduced my mandate, so that's not good. I'm getting close to, getting halfway
Just
down.
discovered the number of times you...
Alright, so let's build some more pineapple plantations since those have a nice stacking effect. I like the new farm plantation model where you can see the grids it's going to cover. You could have them overlap, so just because you don't have enough room doesn't mean you can't put it there, but it makes it easy to see which areas are going to be affected.
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation.
I'm taking the mandate increase this time. I need to explore some more area, so let's tell them to explore. Go that way, guys. I'll cover budget later. I'm going to try and start getting through this mission a little bit quicker so you guys are ready to see some more advanced stuff in the game.
Many people are ready to give their life for their ideals. You must be ready to...
So this guy's helping me every now and then get my happiness up.
All animals became quiet. A light shone through the skies, and La Chupacabra herself went to the crib and bowed to the infant. At least, that is what we will write in the history books.
Alright, so there's going to be a new member to my dynasty. I'm going to pick this as his initial quality. And I don't really care what this person looks like. So now I've got 2 of my dynasty members. What you can use those people for is assign them to be the manager of a building. So here's somebody from my dynasty. It's got the flag color there. So we'll go ahead and assign...
That that your colony is still doing rather...
I'm not giving you any money. Shut up. You click on the person and then click hire to assign them as the manager.
We found that.
So now this place has a manager, and that manager is increasing the job quality. Oh, excuse me. Effectiveness increased, but job quality is reduced. So that's not the best option, because you don't want them to be more unhappy. So I may have to take him out of that later, but for now I'll leave him there.
Construction of His Majesty's underwater palace has begun. The Crown requires a great many tons of your crops to help pay for this massive project.
Alright, I'm not giving him any more crops than I have to, and apparently I at least have to send half, so I'll increase my revolutionary support and send them not as many goods as I would have to otherwise. Landlord. This landlord increases the housing quality of nearby residents. So I'm going to assign her to the church, so we'll build more houses around the church. And
It's all a hoax. To think I admire the pirates for their free spirit. It turns out that they also follow a king. The Pirate King.
Alright, on my options here, I'm going to increase my revolutionary support, because actually getting your revolutionary support is kind of tricky, so I don't want to do anything to tick them off. See, later on I'll be able to unlock this upgrade to make the housing quality better around the church. So I've got a manager that's helping, and I'll have that upgrade. More pineapples.
We are one step closer.
Alright, I've already researched 6 of the 7 technologies, so that quest will be done
We have
quickly.
invented red tape.
And there comes the 7th
Thanks to
one.
your efforts. The revolutionary...
It's pretty much an instant reward on that one. Alright, people need some more houses. Makes them happy to not be living on the streets in their little shacks. You can turn buildings to make them fit pretty much anywhere.
Presidente, I'm shaking.
Oh, disaster time! Earthquake!
The earthquake is over. We made it. I am now going to rethink my life and the choices I have made. Done. Now, let's evaluate the damage.
Alright, so I got some money for disaster relief, so that'll help me repair some of these buildings. Oh, I didn't mean to salvage that. Wrong button. Alright, so I'll have to rebuild some of this stuff, get my economy going again. I'm not doing too bad economy-wise. Let's see, I've got a bunch of homeless and still some unemployed, so I need to start building stuff a little bit quicker here. Back to this upgrade. I don't exactly know what nearby means, so there's not a definite range on it. That'll be the last plantation I'll put in for now, for pineapples at least. Need to get some variety going in here. Some Tropico. I think resource nodes can change over time, so you can see it's not as green as it used to be. And I'm pretty sure you can deplete the soil in an area, so you'll want to be mindful of that as you play throughout the ages.
After
Alright, Liberty, no media buildings. I just unlocked the newspaper. Let's go ahead and build one to make some people a little happier. I'll put this out of the way because it's not something I need frequently. Technology, I'm almost through with all the technology for the era that I'm currently in. time to assign a second trade route. So you can look up here at the top tab and see that I've got one trade route. Let's see. I'm exporting sugar. Let's go and export some pineapple since I'm already selling a lot of pineapple. Though that is a big increase over the default price. I may be exporting meat. Let's see, cocoa, that's a pretty big increase. I don't have any cocoa just yet. So I'm going to export some meat because I've got a fair amount of meat. So I'll start exporting that. Build a grocery store. Make it easier for my people to get their food. Let's see, this building's at 46 with 50 visitors, so it's pretty packed. Let's look at making some more entertainment. Don't have many options available to me right now. Really just the tavern and the opera house. I think I'll have a quest to build this later anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and build an opera house. Plop it right there on top of all those shacks.
It turns out that the Pirate King is quite a nice...
So I told you I'd have a quest to get an opera house. Ooh, I'm getting low on money. You can go into the negatives a little bit, not a big deal, but I've got a lot of things being built right now, so I'll just hold off.
Presidente. Woo! I'm getting ahead of myself. God.
Past 51%. Alright, I could go ahead and declare independence, but I'm going to hold off on that.
Congratulations, Governor. We are all
Have a newspaper, already built a newspaper.
this fully armed and operational revolutionary weapon.
Okay, my revolutionaries kind of like me right now, so you know what? I'm going to take a little money for myself. Alright, edicts. We haven't gone over these yet. Of course, there's different edicts for each era. These are social policies you can enact. If you played any past Tropico games, Tropico 3 or 4, you know what an edict is. These are, I guess, different policies you can put into effect to increase or decrease different things. So, extra rations, it increases the food consumption, but also increases the happiness of citizens. So I'm going to do that. I want my people to like me for now, make them happy. I could charge them for their food, but like I said, I want them to be happy. I'm not going to mess with that right now. I won't go through all these edicts right now. There's a lot of them. Urban development I will be using eventually because that reduces the cost of your housing buildings. And Tropico 4, you did that with a foreign power. They gave you a development aid and it was permanent. This one only lasts for 2 years. So you have to think to yourself, okay, over the next 2 years, am I going to build enough buildings that even with them being at half price, is that going to add up to that $7,000 I'm about to spend? So wait. What I would suggest is wait before you build some residential buildings. Get this, then build a whole bunch of them. That way you're taking maximum advantage of the money you're having to put in. Building permit. This adds to your Swiss bank account. So I definitely want that. It is increasing my personal stash of money, which in this game can actually be used for more things than it could in past games.
Ooh, I'm getting ahead of myself. Governor.
Not declaring independence just yet.
Jolly good news, old chap. The piece you commissioned for the Pirate King is ready. All that is left is to cast the road.
Again, I'm giving it to myself for more money.
We, the leaders of the Tropican nation, in...
Going to explore. Let's see. Going up this direction should reveal a lot. I'm not a huge fan of the explore option because it's such a straight line in one direction or the other. I wish it was like a radius or something like that, because you may be wanting to explore something here. Like if there's just a little bit of fog here, you have to send out a whole expedition just to uncover that. country house is 1,800, so I'll be saving 900 per house. Means I'm going to have to build about 8 of them to justify the edict. But you know what? I may go ahead and do. But I'm going to wait till I get a little more currency, because I'm going to spend 7,000 of it just to get the statute enacted. I only have 1 unemployed, so I'm doing pretty good there. Keeping my lazy people working. I could make a lumber mill, so that would be my first industry building. I'm going to hold off for now, though. Lighthouse is an early era, colonial era building. It gives you additional trade offers. I'll put that in later on. I'll get a quest for it, I'm sure. Let's see, I have most of these. I don't have cotton yet, so I might need to put in some cotton. And I don't have any cocoa. Ooh, lots of good cocoa areas. I could have put that cotton down here, but I'm saving that area for my homes. Let's assign some managers. Voting effectiveness. That's always a good one to have. I don't really care about environmentalists at this point. Let's see. The overall happiness is 40. That's separate from this revolutionary. I can't do any health care yet, so they're just not happy.
I found this book in your office, Governor.
They want a new plantation for sugar. Alright, alright. Must have had this one get destroyed and not ever fixed it. Oh well. Let's see. I have 6 types of food. I don't know what the max is, but I think that might be. You get milk and meat.
The sea is too crowded. It is full of lost cities.
Fish be 3. Corn is 4. 5 and 6. Alright, real quick, I'm going to do a couple more things that end this mission. If you guys have any questions, please post them in the comments. I just activated that urban development. We'll add some houses in and call it a day. Went a little bit in the negative. Who cares?
You've managed to win the Pirate King over to our side. He's off.
Ooh, that'll be a nice one. So what she just said I could do, I can now import gold from the pirates at a very good rate. So $12.50, and then I can turn around and export it for $3K. So I might just go ahead and cancel my other trade routes. Even though, well, that one's not very lucrative. This one is, but I'm still going to go ahead and cancel it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep that one. Yeah, I know it's going to make you unhappy. Not enough money.
I understand you are still struggling with trivial things like money. I will aid you this time, but remember, I offer my help only once.
I forgot about this. In your first mission, if you go low, this guy's going to give you some money, so it makes sense to go ahead and go a little low. What do I want? I won't be greedy. Take it for myself. I'll get the money back pretty shortly. You also get foreign aid. Initially you're getting it from the crown, and it goes up or down based on your crown's relationships. Politics, the crown only likes me 44, so I won't get nearly as much as I could, but periodically I'll get a little bit of extra money. 21 new citizens just arrived in Tropico. Means I have 4 unemployed, so I'm still good there. Plenty of houses, so my people are happy. Revolutionaries like me, so I'm doing alright in this mission. Going to fire these people because I do not need them right now. They're just eating up money.
Thanks to your efforts, the revolutionary movement is growing stronger.
Do I want 3 educated citizens or the cash? I want the cash. Here's where you increase the priority on a building. I'll make that high priority because I want to get that trade route going. Go ahead and start importing it, and then when this next dock is up, I'll start exporting it at like a 3-time markup. Come on, build that dock. So you have 4 families in each of these. You have to be careful because in this game it's a little more ticky than some of the past games. If you build really nice homes and people can't afford them, they're not going to be living in them. So you may have a lot of houses available, but a lot of homeless people. And I'll get to more of that in the next video. Alright, and it doesn't matter which dock you click on, it brings you up your whole summary of trade ships. Alright, so meat. Sugar is the one I'm getting the least from. But I'd already removed it. Oh, it doesn't have a ship sign. Okay, it's just showing me trade routes I've been using. Apparently I didn't get to that in time. I no longer had the option to export the gold for the ridiculous price. So that stinks, but I'll be stockpiling some gold at a good price. I can try and sell it later. Anyway, alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish this mission.
Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. Governor, the island is ripe for revolution.
So I appreciate you guys watching this. I'll finish this out here. My name is Kip Monty. I've got a bunch of other videos on my YouTube channel, Bobby Montgomery, and some other videos here on my Twitch channel. So I don't know which you're going to be watching this video on, but I appreciate it either way. And if you can give me a like, that would be much appreciated, and hope you tune in for some more videos. And if there's certain games or things you want to see, let me know and I'll see what I can do.
His Majesty is most amused by...
Just advanced arrows. There's a lot of different Constitution things you can choose. I won't get into that right now. You click this seal to finalize your choices. I sat here and clicked through the options like a billion times before I figured out what it was supposed to be.
Dear El Presidente, next time you amend our constitution, could you please add in a bit where everyone is a...
Welcome, brother. Today, you and your family join the select few who have taken upon themselves the burden of governing the world.
Hola, Tropicans! It's me, Lulu, your...